Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to our channel and thanks for logging on. If you enjoy these videos, do me a favor and subscribe to your YouTube channel right here at Watchbox Reviews. I'd really appreciate it, and I promise to update daily. If you love this watch, you could see it and you could purchase it on our website, thewatchbox.com. And today we are discussing a lovely independent from Schaffhausen's other manufacturer and perhaps its most exquisite. This is the H Moser Cie Endeavour Perpetual Calendar, a timepiece crafted in white gold, and I do use that word crafted with emphasis. We'll talk about that in a moment. This is a watch that defies conventions, offering manifold complexity and innovation in a deceptively simple package. On my 16 centimeter circumference wrist, the watch measures 40.8 millimeters in white gold. It is substantial. It has a lot of heft to it. It's not a large watch, however, only 11.4 millimeters thick. This is one that will easily slide underneath a dress cuff. The timepiece is easy to wear from lug to lug, 48.5 millimeters, giving it full size but not oversized status. And the timepiece has a conventional spacing between the lugs of 20 millimeters, so while everything about the design is progressive, nevertheless you will be able to use a very conventional and universally available 20 millimeter strap size if you wish to accessorize. The strap that's included is robust. As you can see, large rectangular scale alligator leather with a shear edge showing the layers of the leather, a monotone stitch, unbolstered, semi-gloss finish, and the watch is drilled very close to the case. So you can see the lugs are drilled close to the case, and then a curved spring bar is used. So you have a very narrow span across the wrist, allowing the strap to be pulled straight down around a small wrist, and that curved spring bar is the reason you can do that. The clasp is deluxe and impressive. As you can see, it features a Moser buckle externally with a satin finish with polished bevels. Pop it all open, and you can see that there is a polished interior to complement the satin and engraved exterior. It is a sizable and substantial clasp that helps to counterweight the heavy watch on the wrist, and you'll appreciate that twin triggers are used for the release mechanism rather than a friction fit system, as this is a very secure and very substantial clasp. They are not shorting you the gold, and they're not taking the easy way out, giving you a pin buckle. Moser not pinching pennies here, and that goes for the case design as well. As you can see, several different types of finishes. First, look at the hoods of the lugs. There's a polished hood, there's a polished bevel, and then there is a mirrored concave slot scalloped underneath each lug. There's also a satin finished mid-case section that's deliciously distinct from the longitudinal satin finish generally used on watch case design. There's vertical satin finish between the lugs, so if the strap does come in contact, it can't obviously mar the case. And then you'll note that the bezel actually swells and dips dramatically at the ends of the case while it thins out at the mid-case. It's a handsome and dynamic look, and given all of the curves, the compound curves, the sinuous grace, I would almost say that this metal reminds me of the best blown glass. It appears as though it were first molten, drawn out, and then effectively frozen in that form. This is a watch with fluid grace. You'll also appreciate the attention to detail, as the crown, featuring a conical profile, has a little kerf underneath, so you can easily dig your fingers in underneath and your fingernail beneath the crown itself. So this is a watch that's designed to be worn, yes, but also to be used. It's a brilliant watch. A wonderful silver dial with a lovely satin finish, and again, deceptive complexity. You have the power reserve, officially 7 days, but the watch will run for 9. It's rated at 7 because that is the chronometric power reserve during which it will give you the best time. You'll also appreciate a perpetual calendar system that can be set forward or backwards, developed by independent watchmaster and watchmaker Andreas Streller. Note that there is a date, and then there is a little pointer, and the pointer points to the 12 indices, the 12 hours, which represent the 12 months of the year. So pointing straight down at 6, you're looking at June 28th. And the ability to set it in either direction with no hazard to the movement makes it one of just precious few such complicated calibers that can be set in both directions without any hazard. Now, the watch also features stop seconds or hacking, and it is a handsome dial with white gold hands in leaf fashion, a triangular index for the month indices in white gold, and a small needle style indicator for the power reserve with an oversized and stepped aperture for the date, and a countersunk scale with concentric snelling for the constant seconds. Turn it all over, and you were looking at the H Moser Cie manufacturer caliber 3 for one. Let me see if I can get a bit more light. Now, the movement is handsome. First, there's the style. Look at the double-crested Côte de Genève. Most brands will use a single crest, but you can see there's actually a double stripe within each stripe. You'll also appreciate that Lange style, there are pivot jewels set in screw-fixed chaton. Those are for the twin mainspring barrels that endow the watch with its long legs. There is a hidden quantième bissextile or leap year indicator on the case back with a little golden spring tip that indicates which segment of the leap year we are currently in, and you will note that it's pointing to 2. You'll also appreciate that there's a pusher adjuster on the flank for adjusting this stealthy indication. There's also a graceful and elaborate pocket watch inspired click and click spring. The bridges feature a handsome chamfer on their edges, multiple jewels set in chaton, a full balance bridge with a wonderfully baroque form that's almost nostalgic evocative, free sprung with a full bridge. It's robustly shock resistant for a dress watch movement. It beats weight a very stately and traditional 18,000 vibrations per hour. They use their own overcoil hairspring made in their own micro manufacture. Precision Engineering, their subsidiary, makes the escapement, which is 14 karat solid gold for reduced friction. They make the balance, they make the hairspring, all of this done in-house, and it's adjusted to 6 positions, one more than a standard chronometer. 30 meters water resistant. Just about the only knock on this watch is that you can't take it in the water. It even features a full platform style escapement, so the balance and the escapement can be lifted out as a module and replaced by a pre-service unit to cut down on service time when the watch goes back to Moser in Schaffhausen. This is as good as it gets, folks. Truly handsome, rare, and yes, Moser, making at most 1,500 watches a year, deserves to be discussed in the same breath as low-volume independents from French-Swiss watchmaking, most notably Laurent Ferrier and F. Pigeon. Moser is at that level, and in some regards, even a bit above. You can see and decide for yourself on the Watchbox.